Mark stared at the ceiling of his dimly lit apartment, the weight of unpaid bills scattered across the kitchen table pressing down on him like a storm cloud. His world, once steady, had crumbled in a matter of months. His company downsized, his savings drained, and his confidence shattered. That morning, his phone buzzed. It was Jennifer. "Coffee," her text read. Mark almost ignored it. He didn't want anyone to see him like this, fragile, defeated. But something about Jennifer always made him answer, so he typed back a reluctant sure. When Jennifer walked into the small cafe downtown, her smile lit up the room. She spotted Mark instantly. His shoulders were hunched, his eyes tired. She didn't comment on it, though. Instead, she slid into the booth across from him and said, "You look like you could use something stronger than coffee. Maybe a double espresso." Mark chuckled weakly. "You have no idea." They talked, and slowly Mark began to open up. He told her about the job he'd lost, the nights he skipped meals to make rent, the endless rejection emails. He expected pity or awkward silence. But Jennifer only nodded and listened, really listened. And then she said something unexpected. "You know, when my dad died last year, I thought I'd never get through it. But you were there. You showed up at the funeral, even when you had that big project deadline. You said, sometimes just showing up is enough. Mark, let me show up for you now." Her words cracked something inside him. Mark realized he had been carrying his burdens alone, too proud to admit he needed help. Jennifer reached into her bag and slid an envelope across the table. "Before you say anything, don't. Just open it." Inside was a check. Enough to cover at least 2 months of rent. Mark shook his head immediately. "No, Jen, I can't take this. I'll pay you back, someday." She looked him straight in the eye. "This isn't a loan. It's kindness. You'd do the same for me." For the first time in weeks, Mark felt the tightness in his chest loosen. Not because of the money, though it helped, but because someone believed in him when he couldn't believe in himself. And then came the twist neither of them saw coming. A few days later, Jennifer got a call from her doctor, an unexpected diagnosis. She needed surgery, expensive surgery, and fast. When she told Mark, she tried to sound brave, but her voice cracked. This time, it was Mark's turn. "I've got you," he said firmly. "Remember what you told me, sometimes just showing up is enough. Well, I'm here." Mark sold his old guitar, the one he swore he'd never part with. He picked up odd jobs delivering groceries, walking dogs, even scrubbing floors. Every dollar went to helping Jennifer cover what her insurance wouldn't. The day of her surgery, Mark sat in the waiting room for hours, replaying every conversation they'd ever had, every laugh they'd shared. When the doctor finally came out and said, "She's going to be okay," Mark broke down, tears streaming down his face. When Jennifer woke up, Mark was the first person she saw. "You didn't have to do all this," she whispered weakly. He squeezed her hand. "Yes, I did. Because kindness isn't something you measure. It's something you live." Months later, life had begun to steady again. Mark landed a new job, one that not only paid the bills but gave him back his sense of purpose. Jennifer was recovering, stronger every day. One evening, as the two friends walked through the park, Jennifer paused. "You know, when people talk about wealth, they usually mean money. But I think true wealth is having someone who'll stand beside you in the darkest times. Mark smiled. Then we're both millionaires. They laughed, but beneath the laughter was a truth they both knew: kindness had carried them through.